everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach.
Time on, set to kick off.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will make it into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the 49ers, they're getting set to go on offense. 1st and 10. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First down, San Francisco.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
A play fake for Mostert. Now Garoppolo. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Ross Blacklock. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? And that will be incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
6-yard line.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's Michael Vick. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
38-yard line.
Vick to throw it. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. We're scoreless after 1.
The end of the first quarter with no score.
Here we go. Right there.
A first down throw coming for Vick. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing, Vick. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A.J. Green there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A Mostert to first down carry. This will wind up only getting him a couple. And it'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Open man is born. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards on the tuck and run. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. From the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jerry Rice, 67 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Once again, it's Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Charles, there's something special about one of those big D linemen bringing it in. Off the tip there, really nice coordination.
Very much so, and I think what we've seen, and I'm going to put it at about the last 5 years, maybe a little bit longer, coaches placing a bigger emphasis on ball drills, even for defensive linemen, because possession is so key. You got a chance to take one away, you want people comfortable with the football, and it paid off there.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. Back now in Seattle, Washington.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass.
It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. Second down and goal. Vic.
Yeah, baby, we coming.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From a yard out. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6.
On 40 extra points.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll be out right at the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as he leaves.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Ricky Jackson, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
3rd and long. It's Garoppolo, and that is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. A first down carry by Elliott. Room here to run. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Ty Long set to kick
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game. Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And he fields it cleanly. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now the Niners get there and bring him down.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
4th down.
Now Vick on 4th down. Looking deep for Elliott. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. Zeke going to get it on the option. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Time on, set to kick off.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Runs through the contact. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And the offense readies for a first down and 10. Now a first carry for Dion Lewis. And right away, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He was brought down by James Bradbury.
On second down now. It's Elliott. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 26.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On second down, here's Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st and 10, Jones. That's going to be caught by C.J. Board. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
New York.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing Jones. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
Lawrence Taylor there defensively.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Jones. It's caught. Shepard. The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards.
And the Giants first down.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Jones. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
At the 7-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. A big pickup of 38. First 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Jones out to the right here to Shepard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Jones throwing complete here to Tate. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done. As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Oh, a nice spin. And a great move again. Power running by Zeke. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And that'll do it for the... You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Giants 3.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded right around the 8. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
No, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, 74 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Morton Anderson on 4.
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Giants take over 1st and 10. At their own 8.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Jones on first down. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now left side on the swing pass. Powers ahead at the 45. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
A pickup of 3.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
At the 36-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. A quick throw here. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 24-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. From the gun, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. It's Daniel Jones finding Evan Ingram. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got a touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, it
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that...
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, 46 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
He was looking for C.J. Board there.
That'll bring up second down. Throwing again, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's third down.
It's third down and 10 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away.
On the return, Johnson.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines.
Riley Dixon has the ball on the tee, ready to get us started. And off we go from Seattle.
Takes it at the 7.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
32-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, they didn't do a lot there to fool anyone. They just came right out and ran the football, but with great success, and that's the way you want to get things started. A nice quick opener for a big game.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what?
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zeke Elliott able to find his way in from a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said. Better team at home should steamroll it. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll drop here to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Charles already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Johnson on the return. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Elliott a 1st down and more. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember.
And this is caught. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Giants nothing.
Here's Vic. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Ross Blacklock. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield, get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive 1st half to get that lead. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Evan Ingram.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's got his 1st catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another 1st. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And his
his throw here's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. This will be the final play of the half. Vick. And incomplete on the deep ball. That's it for the first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Giants nothing.
The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively.
They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
And he will have a Giants first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Daniel Jones sacked.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Jones. Throw left side complete. It's Lewis. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This will be fielded at the 17. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion.
And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's got room. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. They'll run with Elliott.
Come on and get it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on it. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Making it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when he snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible. Here's Jones. On 1st and 10, going underneath for Lewis. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones will get this complete to Board.
Jones.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To try again after the sack. Jones. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was looking for C.J. Board there. And now it's 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already did. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Well, they're going to throw it here with Vic. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A.J. Green, 38 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out. Well, this is something that Pete Carroll should be pretty well familiar with. Remember when he told Jim Harbaugh, after losing a ball game and Harbaugh went for 2 late against him, hey, what's your deal? It's the same situation here. Now, I'd kick the extra point, but I am reminded that plenty of coaches feel like it's not their job to worry about the other team. It's their job to worry about their own team. You have to stop us.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Dumps it off to Lewis. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And just like that, another Ultimate Challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment.
Hey folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
We pick up this challenge in quarter number 1 with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25. 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys have... And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. That one into the hands of Laird. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
37-yard line.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They find some open field here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They give him a gain of 38.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Vick will look to throw on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 20 yards. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. Now Elliott. And he... Touchdown Seahawks. Taking it in. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead.
40 extra points.
And he was... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
At their own 22-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score.
Dolphins, nothing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Breida. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's third down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Here's Elliott. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Power running by Zeke. And Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, 92 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is Jakeem Grant. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ricky Jackson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
The coach here, and welcome to this ultimate challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you as always. We start this challenge in the third quarter with less than 2 minutes remaining on the clock. You've got a big lead. Your opponent has possession on their own 30-yard line. And it's first and 10. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. 20. 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Congratulations on yet another victory. You can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenges to receive your reward.
Hey, folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
Thank you, Coach. We pick up this challenge in quarter number 1 with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. We're still without a score, tied at 0. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25 as we get set here, 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points. Double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Buying time to his left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Caleb Wilson there to make the grab. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. CD, look at this clock and scoreboard. We're less than a minute into this game, and they've already made 2 trips to the end zone.
So that means that someone's confidence is absolutely soaring right now. There's almost no slowing them down. On the flip side, now you've got to get together. You've got to talk to each other. Make sure you stay tight, stay focused as a team. Yeah, it's a quick blitz, but you can get back in this game if you don't let it get away.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Houston set to take over. They're down 15-0 here already, needing to jumpstart this offense. 1st and 10. Watson, he fakes to Johnson and now looks to throw. That's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
On the play by Ray Lewis.
Throwing again is Watson, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Lawrence Taylor there defensively.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So a big play there, not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over.
Now the hit and a loose football. And they bring this one back.
It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
Morton Anderson on for the extra
The first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. This is Elliott. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
And here's David Johnson in the Houston offense yet again.
Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Throwing on second down. Watson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Throwing on third down. Watson. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick being chased out left. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights in and out. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Jordan Reed there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Ty Long set to kick off.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
If he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
Taylor there defensively.
To throw again. Watson. He'll look underneath and dump it off to Duke Johnson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. They'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. Johnson on split free. Football's hit. And the Seahawks have recovered. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
He's across midfield.
Time for a break. We've hit half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
End of the first half. With the score, Seahawks.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded right around the 8. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of a key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
Yard attempt.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he goes out of bounds without getting rid of it. A big loss there, and it goes down as a sack as well.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. On third down, Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Running with Elliott. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down.
A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
The ball carrier.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, Watson. Bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Trey Waynes.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
He's going to have the first down past the 20. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, 92 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
The Seahawks will line up.
So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic, a lot of fun to watch.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Watson on the keeper. A fumble on the play.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. From the 27, Watson. He's got his tag in. It's Fells. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
To the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
First down carry by Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
First down, Seattle.
Vic to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, they're throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And the Seahawks are going to be set.
1st and goal. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion.
A 23-yard.
And the ball's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. No gain there as he kept it. intercepted himself at second down. Well, there's two sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of one there. On the move to his left. And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
Then on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Here comes Cobb. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think they're...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's got it. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for two more.
Ty Long set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here comes Cobb. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back at the 10.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Recovered by the kicking team.
Despite the late lead, Vic's going to throw. Going for it all. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it will wind up just being incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown.
Here comes Cobb.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again.
And he loses the football a second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
Complete to Duke Johnson.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to...
And I think the ball's out, and that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line.
At the 7-yard line.
One last throw here for Watson.
And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game.
Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
Coach, we will jump into this challenge in the third quarter with over a minute left. You're down by 6. You've got possession in your own territory. First and short. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defender.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From 8 yards out. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an Ultimate Challenge. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We pick up this challenge in quarter number 1 with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. You trail by a touchdown. You've got the ball on your own 25-yard line. First and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 53 yards. First down, Vic. Touchdown, Seattle. 22-yard touchdown ground. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an 3 series, he's past the 30. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
Yeah, now they'll try to pile on. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Forced out to his left. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the gun, Vic. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll bring up second down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Here's Vic throwing in a hurry to the flat. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That appeared like any routine NFL quarterback, but it was Michael Vick from the pocket, throws a touchdown pass. I just think think about the transformation throughout his career. From Atlanta, where he would take off and go at just about the drop of a hat and turn defenses into mush. And then by the end of his career in Philadelphia, where he completed passes like we just saw from the pocket, yet still had those great legs, when necessary, to help get him out of trouble.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. This is Tony Pollard. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Delay on the play. Recovered by the Seahawks.
Vick operating on first down. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. The fourth touchdown pass of the game for Michael Vick. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And he loses the football the second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Recovered by the Seahawks.
And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Back in the end zone, can he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? 2 hands, and in this case, we just saw it with 1 hand. Almost reminds me of a great return of service guy in tennis. No matter how you whack it at it, it comes back at you. In this case, it just envelops it and brings it in.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
Morton Anderson.
So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Short kick. And a loose football. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Recovered by the Seahawks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Vick. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
He's going to try and go deep again. And this is taken in at the 5. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one good for 37 yards. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will score. Touchdown,
Seahawks first half. And this offense is running away with this one.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And Xavier Woods with a pick.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now a hit and a loose football. Look at the big man rumble. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Jimmy Graham taking it in. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. From the shotgun, it's Vic. And this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for two, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a two-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for two now while their heads are down.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? To throw again on second down. Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. Oh, look at this. Big game, but fumble. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
That one good for 37 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on.
This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for it. Long now will kick it away following the touchdown.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They're going to change what they're doing right now, don't So you can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
A second down throw for Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. He was trying to hit Jameis Olawale, and now it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have recovered.
Complete. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Seahawks.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run on first down. Elliott. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. This will be the final play of the half. Vick. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
33. Ty Long set to kick off.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the Seahawks.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
At the 22-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup.
Elliott.
It's 2nd and inches.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 22-yard scamper as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Ross Blacklock just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. That would carry for the big fellow. This is Jameis Olawale. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
And that's why the fullback position was created. You just want a big, strong, powerful guy you can hand the ball to and pick up good yardage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. It doesn't matter.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance if they want to be.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. And Ezekiel Elliott, 94 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
Eluding the pressure right. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before.
Return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 32.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my defense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
That's a fumble. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Back now in Atlanta. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. This to Jarwin. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Outright completes it to Jarwin. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Now he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
He's put down, and the Seahawks have recovered.
Deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Power running by Zeke. Able to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 1st down run for Elliott, not going to pan out. He'll, in fact, wind up losing a couple. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. And he gets us to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
A gain of 7.
They'll run it with Elliott. Tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now they're going to throw it here with Vic. There goes a deep ball, end zone. This will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
Ty Long set to kick off.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Able to hit his target Lamb, and he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the table.
Hey, folks, I'm your host, the coach. It's game time. It's Ultimate Team. It doesn't get any better than this. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
We start this challenge in the third quarter with less than 2 minutes remaining on the clock. You're ahead by 4, but your opponent has it down to your 5-yard line, and it's already 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they're likely force a field goal attempt.
Rohrwasser's kick is good, and that gets them back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. Again, it's Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Gets through and now an opening.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front.
Touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, 67 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
We know it's primarily primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Long set to kick off.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown.
On the field to fumble the ball. No, let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA. Sports. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third down and 12. Now here's Vick. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 15-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him start to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there, and in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge again. Otherwise, it's time to move on to the next one.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. Brandon.
Thank you, Coach. We pick up this challenge in quarter number 1 with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25, and it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And they get him down, but not before he
takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Cracked it.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game.
10 yards on the
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
He is going to find Hill here. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First catch there for Hill, and he's got a first down.
10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams.
Mahomes.
Ray Lewis up from his linebacker spot to make the play.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
A fumble on the play. Recovered. By the defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. All the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, 39 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Vick now. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Mecole Hardman. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very... Williams loses the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. 1 quarter down, 8-0 to score.
Seahawks 8, Chiefs nothing.
Vick goes play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A.J. Green, 41 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense. With 2 guys going up for the football, which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will, as well as a really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
Damian Williams and the Chiefs ready to begin their next drive. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On second down, it's Williams. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Fielding just inside the 20. A good return there, 17 yards.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to...
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down the 15-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
Vitt's going to look to run. On the option, here's Elliott.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on. On my drive chart, I write successful drives in blue, and so far for them, 4 first-half drives, 4 touchdowns. It's all blue, no red.
What did they see on film? What did they see on tape that led them to have this type of a game plan, this type of execution? They're reading them like they're a true open book.
Oh, my goodness. In every facet, too. And then on the other side, I mean, it's domination right now offensively.
Yeah, they're going to need one player to make a monster play to try and stop this tie.
At their own 21-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game.
Second and 6 at the 25-yard line.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a carry for the fullback. It's Anthony Sherman. Now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
He doesn't give many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number's going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking. A lot of times, their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to the football.
They just get the play off. Now Vick steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. On first down, it's Elliott. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. 15 yards. And this offense is running away with this one.
Partner, this running back's having a heck of a day on the ground. He just keeps punching it in and rushing for touchdown after touchdown.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Working out the gun, Michael Vick. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had got 2 for 2.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Over the middle, complete. That's Sherman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, now it's free. He'll fumble it. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0.
The kick is good.
Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have that feeling that has to be the best. You just go out and complete control of this game here for hopefully one final possession.
And it's a culmination of preparation that began with something along the line.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Hall of Famer Ricky Johnson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 20.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for
and now they're going to fake it. His throw caught right around the
the 6. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Time on, set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. And the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another Ultimate Challenge on EA Sports. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with over 2 minutes remaining. You're up by 2 scores. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25 as we get set here 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Blackman on the tackle.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he's got a Bengals 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. The big fella past the 20. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And just like that, another Ultimate Challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's always another challenge right around the corner.